Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel where we practice and improve our sewing skills by creating little samples that you can use as a reference for future projects. Today we're diving into sewing rounded seams, and I promise it's easier than it looks. So in this video, you're going to learn how to prep your fabric, pin and sew a rounded seam, and stitch it smoothly for a polished and professional finish. What you'll need to follow along is some woven fabric. Old clothes work great here. Just make sure it has no stretch. You'll need a pattern with a inward curve and an outward curve, or a convex and a concave shape. And if you don't have one, I will leave a link that's downloadable in the description. For the seam allowance, I'll be using a 1/2 inch seam allowance, but feel free to adjust if you need to. So step one, I'm going to go ahead and cut my pattern pieces. You're going to cut out your two rounded pieces, the convex, the concave, or the inward or outward shape, and you're going to snip a notch at the center of each piece. This notch is going to help us line these two curved edges perfectly. So we're going to place the rounded piece that's inward or concave on top of the convex, which is the outward curve. So we want the outward curve placed underneath. This is really important when you place this in your machine to sew. So make sure that inward curve piece is on top of the outward curve piece. So we're going to match those center notches and pin it at the center to make sure the two pieces will line up. And you can also go ahead and pin at various locations all the way around. But it's not necessary. If you just pin the center, it may be enough. Now when you start stitching, make sure that concave piece is facing up in the machine. So the piece that's rounded inward is facing up and the other piece is below. And make sure you go slow and steady. I'm going to go about 3 stitches at a time, and then after each 3 stitch, I'm going to pick up and pivot slightly. I'm picking up that top piece because it will slightly stretch to fit this rounded edge. But you don't want to pull on it too hard. Just gently pick it up, stitch 3, pivot. The more you pivot, the more beautiful and rounded this seam will be. If you start to see puckering, try to use more pins or just slow down and take your time. All right, now that we're done, in some cases you may want to clip your seam, but you don't have to, because we're going to press the seam up towards the outer curved piece, that curved piece, and I'm not going to clip because if I don't clip it, it'll be much more sturdy and durable. Now I'm going to go to the iron, press the seam toward the concave piece, and for the best results, you might want to use a tailor's ham or a rolled up towel so you can maintain that curve. Unfortunately, I don't have one to show you guys currently. So as a bonus, just want to let you guys know this technique works great for armholes and necklines too, anywhere you need a nice smooth curve. You've got a beautifully sewn rounded seam. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel, and I hope to see you guys in the next video, and happy sewing!